Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Command Center, where we like to put our favorite commander, maybe even yours, front and center. And you know we can't do it unless we play those three enchanting letters, EDH. What does it stand for today, Hadoken?
Y'all know what it stands for. It stands for Eclipse Descends Hither. That's right. Y'all know what time it is. It is time for a new set to drop. And that set is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Da 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 da. Go power. I think that's how it goes. But before we go down this long and winding road, I like to say, Derek, the Hurricanes suck. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about how we're about to fight. Because I'm gonna be in Miami next weekend. That's not that far from Atlanta. I might just hop out, quick catch a quick little parachute down to Atlanta to come say hi before I finish the trip over there.
Don't you mean ride a gator? Don't you mean ride a gator over here?
That's the end of the weekend. You don't ride in on a gator. You leave on a gator. There's very specific rules in Florida. What are we talking about? We're talking about Lorwyn. We're talking about Lorwyn Eclipsed. We get to play Magic, guys. We get to talk about Magic.
Magic.
It's not Magic, like the magicest of Magic. Ken got too excited. Too much Magic. It's too much Magic happening. All right, so we're gonna talk about a little bit of everything. We want to talk about some of the new cards, returning characters, the themes, the art,
the best way to cook a steak.
Yes, which is just so
Naked.
overdone and full of ketchup, as everybody knows.
That's right. I said it.
I was trying to think of a way of how to punch you through the screen. It was like I was gonna hit you so hard that the next Bison wannabe is gonna feel it.
Make sure it's sugar-free ketchup too, so it tastes just like red water. That's the important thing.
Okay, I need you to
Put
stop.
that onto it. Now, so let's jump into Lorwyn Eclipsed. So we released a video recently, kind of about our thoughts about OG Lorwyn, and some concerns, and trying to talk about capturing the vibe. But I guess just initial impressions. We're gonna get into mechanics and all that in a second, but it seems kind of amazing. Like this seems like they nailed it so far. Like I don't have anything really negative to say.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just have one beef with this. Is there a hard rule at Wizards that you can't put a damn shirt on Oko? Like, is it written in the books that he got to be oiled up on the seat? I was like, look,
Now
man, I feel
look. Magic needs his thirst trap. All right, they get one, maybe two, but they definitely get one. And Oko was that one.
And it looks like he got merfolk thoughts on him too. So I don't know what's really going on.
You think he has how apparently Jason Statham and Vin Diesel have clauses in their contract they can't lose a fight? You think Oko has a clause in his contract he can't wear a shirt? Like if he wears a shirt, then it's just like the Wizards getting sued out the ass. Oko's gonna pop out of Fairyland and just be like, "Give me your money, bitch."
It's like Hugh Jackman and Deadpool and Wolverine gotta show the abs, gotta show them.
That's
Got
Also,
to.
And Deadpool was right. Until you're 90, we're gonna pimp your corpse until you're 90.
All right, let's get into. I guess we really want to talk about maybe some new mechanics, some things that people can expect, some new things in Lorwyn that you can expect, and then we'll get into maybe just a few returning mechanics and how they all kind of fit together, and then we'll talk about, I guess after that, just the overall feel and how we're feeling about this set. So Derek, do you want to start us off with the new mechanics?
Yeah, I love what they did. They had a bunch of returning stuff like Changeling and a lot of the Kindred mechanics, things like that, to keep it simple, and then just even the new mechanics. So Blight is one.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone blights, it's funny because you have to say who blight. So it's like I blight, you blight, we blight, they blight. To blight, you blight, and you put -1 counters on your own creature. I think it's really cool because they use it as a cost for you. You can make opponents blight, but it brings in that -1 counter mechanic. If you remember back from Shadowmoor, Wither was a thing, and it's kind of its own way of incorporating Wither back into this without giving a million creatures Wither. I'm sure there's some creatures with Wither, especially between the precons and everything, but that's a cool mechanic.
Spine Rock Tyrant is a dragon in a set with Wither.
Yes. So, and I love how they sprinkled that in. Sorry, Ken.
Sorry, no, it's just Wither with extra steps. Like we've seen this before. It's kind of like they're running out of ideas sometimes because it's like, okay, there's a mechanic. We need to figure out how to reuse it.
Is
And
is
then it's like,
well, I feel like it's different. It's a little bit different. It's wither, but I don't have to hit you.
Yeah. And it's, to me, it's more, the thing with Wither was it became a lot to track if you had a full deck full of Wither. As someone who played a lot of Hapatra, there's so many counters on everybody's creatures the entire game that it feels like, from at least reading the cards, it feels like the way Blight is used for a lot of creatures. And if we want to talk about the Blight mechanic, I think a very easy example is just Grub Notorious Auntie. I think that is just a good place to start, where whenever Grub attacks, you can Blight. And if you do, you get a tapped attacking creature token of whatever has a counter on whatever it was. It's a single counter per combat. Like, there's a bunch of instances that really make full use of these -1 counters. And it's not just like, you know what, screw it, -1 counters for everybody. It's not just like, woo, -1 counters. It's like, let's make these matter. They're not just there to remove creatures. They're there for specific effects, which I think is cool. It makes it a little bit easier to track, it feels like.
I think it takes the teeth out of the mechanic. I think Wither was more in your face and was like when you got a whooping as a kid, it wasn't the fact that you may get one. It was impending doom. You knew it was coming. Like Thanos said, as my mom and dad would instantly, I think Thanos kind of stole from them. No, it all rolls into me. It's inevitability. Whether it was going to be, a belt, a shoe, a piece of the Bible. I had one homeboy who got whooped with part of the Christmas tree. It was hilarious and scary at the same time.
Christmas joy. So the next one is going to be Vivid. So that's the next mechanic. That is a new one. I don't think we've seen Vivid before.
Yes, we have. It was in a land cycle, though.
Well, we had the Vivid lands, but I think as a mechanic on a card, I don't remember seeing Vivid.
No, this is new.
I was going to say, yeah. So this one basically says anything could be Vivid. Again, we're Vivid, they're Vivid, we're all Vivid. It has to do with how many different colors among permanents you control. So that is interesting. We've seen different mechanics before with how many different colors of mana you pay in. We've seen mechanics of like how many different land types you control. We got that with one of the Dominaria returns. I think it was Dominaria United. We got into like land types. This one is how many colors among permanents you control. Which is cool.
Guess what? They took our old buddy Bloom Tender. That was a card, right? Bloom Tender has been a card?
And that was from the Lorwyn cycle, or the Lorwyn block.
So now it just took its ability and put Vivid in front of it. So it says, tap, for each color among permanents you control, add 1 mana of that color. That's what Bloom people Tender has going on now.
And so you know what people like. They like them some Bloom Tender. If I can put it everywhere. Everyone gets a Bloom Tender. And then so mechanics-wise, those are really the two new ones. Like, now there's some mechanics built in that we're going to get into in a second, but those are like the two new keywords, I should say. Everything else that we're seeing is pretty much returning from what we're seeing at this point, which I like. I don't want to learn 75 new keywords to play a set. I want the gameplay to be complex, not learning new words. Sorry.
It gives me Matrix 2 vibes. Like the first one was so good that I don't think this is going to be able to hold up.
Yeah, I do overall. Honestly, it's very funny. My honest criticism of this set is it just feels like Lorwyn, but like chopped in like 1/3. If that makes sense. It just feels like Lorwyn.
I got you. By the way, it's really funny looking at this on Discord because it's like one of those old dubbed like Japanese, like Chinese kung fu movies because your lips is moving but it's coming out different. Anyway, I got you. It's Fast and the Furious 5, 6, and 7.
Ooh, okay. When The Rock showed up.
Yeah, that's all this is. It's literally The Rock showing up in the franchise. That's what it feels like.
What I'll say is I don't disagree. I do think this set, I don't have any criticisms for this set. It's the structure in which it's being released. I think if you gave the same set time to breathe and be 3 full sets with like filler in between, like the old one was, I think it would feel different. It does feel like it is very much a sequel, but the reason I appreciate it a little bit is we haven't been to Lorwyn since 2007. So like seeing it again is cool versus like, I know we're going back to Strixhaven later this year. I believe so. No.
Yeah,
we're going back to Strixhaven. Yeah. We are going back to Strixhaven later this year. We just were in Strixhaven what feels like maybe 5-6 years ago. If we just get the exact same thing again, it's like, well, we just saw this versus it's not seeing something for damn near 20 years. It feels like you can do a nostalgia trip without it feeling like oh, it's a nostalgia trip. You're trying to like yes, we are nostalgic. Actually, that was 20 years ago. Everything was better.
Sometimes,
let's just
honestly, like I said, I have no beef with this set, but sometimes
Yeah.
you just don't have to go back. Like, when was the last time you went back to Six Flags? I'm just saying, sometimes
I never
these
been to
things
Six
remain in
Flags.
memory. Huh?
I never been to Six Flags.
Count yourself lucky.
That's
Yeah.
count your blessings.
Okay. Saved yourself so much bacteria.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like I needed a backiotomy after riding the Ninja one time. Like it literally feels like a full-on trained ninja is beating the ever-living hell out of your back muscles.
It's like
as soon as you,
it's like riding old Marta. I don't know if you ever rode old Marta.
minus the P. What? Maybe.
Maybe.
Marta is our transportation system. So speaking of transportation,
Yes. Cycles have wheels. What cycles are in the set? That's a transition, isn't it?
we do transitions over here. Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, I don't really have a real transition. I just want to talk about. I don't want us to really make it sound like we're harping on the set. I do appreciate that we are back to Lorwyn. It has been so long. I just kind of appreciate that it visually it kind of looks similar, like it looks like Lorwyn, and that's that kind of like. I think that's fine. That's fine because everything doesn't have to be like a Kamigawa. Like you had the old Kamigawa, then you had the Kamigawa Electric Boogaloo, and robots and stuff everywhere. So this very much looks and feels like Lorwyn, which I like. And I made it sound like a negative, but it just I think I just said basically it feels like all of the Lorwyn, Shadowmoor, Evening Tide, all those blocks and stuff were just kind of just like blender. Here, this was the best we could take out of it. Vivid Blight.
It looks like a Guillermo del Toro vision on an acid trip. That's what it looks like. Like
Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah. Like you ate one of Alice's mushrooms, and now you seeing some stuff.
Oof. The Johnny Depp one.
I have no hard, like I said, I have no hard feelings about this set. There's nothing like groundbreaking about it. I don't.
We did miss just one mechanic. Sorry, as we're doing this, and there is Behold.
Oh yeah.
Which I did mix up because it's so similar to Champion, but it is obviously slightly different.
Behold was.
Are you celebrating how similar it is?
No. I'm celebrating because I remember in my arguments back when we did the Law and Order thing that I brought this up in particular that they was gonna do this.
Well.
Yeah.
Actually, Behold was already introduced in Cons. No, Dragonstorm. There's like a Behold a Dragon or something like that. It might have been in Ken's deck. He had all the best dragon cards.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this is basically Champion, with a similar side step.
So I am a big fan of that. There are so many keywords. Man, I don't want to learn.
I'm
anymore.
sorry. Could you explain
to go back?
Could you explain the?
Oh, that would be helpful. So Behold, the way it works is for example, I'll use Champion of the Shoal, which is just a good example. As an additional cost to cast this, you Behold a Merfolk and exile it. And when that means you exile a Merfolk you control or a Merfolk card from your hand. And a lot of these say, whenever the card leaves the battlefield, to return the exile card back to your hand. I think the biggest difference is Championing, it came back into play. And with Behold, it's coming back to your hand, it looks like. Or it may vary per card. Championing was very much, once the champion creature was gone, the old one came back. This one looks like it varies from card to card.
No, you're thinking about a different mechanic from the dragon one. The dragon one is like you just show a dragon and then it gives you the buff.
Yeah, it didn't have Behold on there.
No, but Behold stole that.
It stole its style. I do want to agree with you on the art. I think that was the thing I was most nervous about. Is so much of Magic art just feels and looks so much different than old Magic art, and I'm a grumpy old person that thinks old Magic art's so much better. But they nailed it. Like all of the art feels very Lorwyn. There's some of it's so like whimsical yet also like it feels like a dark fairy tale, which I get we already got with some of the stuff from I always forget the name of that plane. The dark fairy tale plane. Literally we're just there. It's got candy. Eldraine. I get we get that with Eldraine. I love how my only definition of Eldraine is it's got candy. That's the entirety of. But I
That
don't
is-
think they really.
But that is, I think that is a very fine distinction. Like, I felt like it would be hard if you had to describe Eldraine and also describe Lorwyn. It would start to sound the same.
Yeah.
But I do like it visually. You can tell them apart.
Actually,
Yes,
I can
100%.
I can tell them apart. Eldraine was Shrek, and this is more Tim Burton's Halloween. Nightmare Before Christmas. That's
I think you were closer with the Pan's Labyrinth.
Yeah.
But, like,
I was gonna say because.
the,
Yeah. Sorry.
the weirdest part is like I've seen visions like this, like that time I left like Taco Bell in my car for like 2 days and just heated it up and ate it. I could have swore I saw some of these images when I slept that night, and also when I went to the bathroom and whatever I summoned, in Nominis Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, but I had to get that demon out of me.
What happened was you transcended into the Shadowmoor, and you saw the creatures that exist there, and so
Transition.
Not gonna
yes.
lie, and the taco still tasted good. But keep going, Derek.
it opens your fourth eye.
It opened something. Now we're gonna go on
Which happened to
to.
be in my butt.
That's what we yeah. We're gonna go into the cycles here. The two biggest cycles for me are gonna be the flip creatures and the incarnations. I think
Yes.
those are really the highlights. There's a lot of cycles within cycles and in cycleption or whatever where there's some like more small. There's other cycles within it. These are the ones I think are the coolest, like the big primary ones. We'll start with the incarnations, I think, because those are a little bit more straightforward. I remember last time we were talking about Lorwyn in the last video, Lorwyn had incarnations and evoke elementals. And in Modern Horizons, we got this combination of evoke incarnations, this like cool fusion of them. Well, they got more evoke incarnations now. And one of the coolest, I think, mechanical mix-up that they did. We'll use they some weird art on these. I love. Let's use Deceit, because I think Deceit was one of the first cards revealed that people might be familiar with as the example. Deceit is 4 and a hybrid blue-black and a hybrid blue-black, so 2 hybrid blue-black. They all have the same, like, I guess, structure of casting cost. You could either can pay that full cost or the evoke cost of hybrid blue-black, and then it says when this creature enters, if blue is spent to cast it, return up to one other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. When this creature enters, if black was spent to cast it, target opponent reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it, that player discards it. So if you pay that full cost and you use 2 blue and 2 black, you get both effects. This is, to me, like a genius design for these cards. There's incentive to evoke it, making sure you have the right color fixing. There's incentive to just pay the full cost to get multiple effects. They're awesome looking creatures. This is one of my favorite uses of all the different evokes and incarnations. I think this one is pretty awesome. We have Catharsis, Deceit, Emptiness, Vibrance, and Wistfulness. How do y'all feel about these?
I have a question, and this just is a judge question. So if you play a tax card that makes this cost more, and the evoke costs 2 more, and you pay the tax, and you end up paying 2 blue and 2 black for the tax and to evoke it, do you still get the abilities?
I believe so, because it still is by definition, you use the certain colors to cast it. So I believe that would work. We'd have to check that, but I think that would actually work because you're adding, as long as it's an additional cost to cast, and it's not like a trigger that goes in the stack. If it's just an additional cost, then I think it all goes in the cost at the same time, and it would still count. That's actually that's a cool interaction actually to get some, like, in quotes, discounts by taxing yourself. These seem awesome, but yeah, I don't know if y'all have any criticisms. I think these are just fun cards to throw in decks because it really does reward you for the modality of them.
Yeah, so these are basically a new cycle of some old cards that I was actually trying to remember. I see it in my head, and I'm trying to remember the names of them for some reason, because they were basically large casting cost creatures that had the hybrid mana. And if you spent this color mana, it does this. If you spent this color, it does this when it enters. Not very strong effects. Kind of sort of similar to these. I don't feel like these are super overpowered effects. I think the only difference is those other creatures I'm thinking about, I can't remember if they had Evoke on them or not. I think these have Evoke. That might be the only difference. But yeah, these definitely remind me of some old cards that were already kind of done, just tacked on Evoke on it. Sorry.
One more question, Judge. Would these be considered as ETB effects?
Yes, because it is a when this creature enters. So it's a when this creature enters, it'll check a condition, and then it'll get the ETB.
So Panharmonicon and the new blue creature.
Yeah,
the wolf
it doubles. The ETB doubles. I do think two of these seem. We mentioned Deceit. Emptiness is kind of it's decent. Vibrance I think is fine. I think Catharsis and Wistfulness are probably the two most impactful for Commander. Mainly just because if you look at Catharsis, it's just a 2-mana way. If you spend red to give creatures you control +1/+1 in haste, which is just kind of good. 2 mana in Boros for a board pump in haste is just solid. And the rest of that is just gravy. You can create 2 creatures, build your board state. I think that's really good in Commander. And then just being able to put a body on it's not bad. And Wistfulness is just like a very generically good I mean, it's Simic, so you get the Simic bullshit stuff. It's the green part of it. You get to exile an artifact or an enchantment an opponent controls, which it's like you removal for 2, but it's exile. And then also for blue, you get to draw 2 cards, then discard a card. So you could potentially have a 5-mana, draw 2, discard a card, exile an artifact or an enchantment. And yeah, it's really good.
I need you to expand your imaginations because I need you to smell what I'm stepping in real quick. Okay, check this out. All right. First of all, I'm building. Goes in a Naya deck. All right. I'm going to do this because I want the ETB triggers to be double, and then so that way when it hits the battlefield, I get the lands, I do the damage, and I get the haste, and I can do all this in one combo meal. This goes in a Naya deck where you do everything at once. That's how we do this.
Everything.
That's how this goes down.
Everywhere.
All of them.
All at once.
All the time.
By myself.
Butt naked. In the trees. Knocked out. You
Cooking
want to go
steak.
night-night?
Cooking steak.
All right, so that I guess that kind of wraps up the incarnation cycle. They're really cool. I think these are fun cards to just find spots for down the road. Like a few of these are auto, like just you can throw them in decks. Other ones you can get creative with. I think the cycle that I know I'm most excited for, and I assume a lot of people are because we play Commander.
Hey, guess
are
what?
the flip commanders? What?
I found the cards.
Oh, what are they called?
So there was one called these have the worst names. I'm sorry. Hold on. So Noggle Hedge Mage.
Okay, sounds like a porno.
And guess his creature type. You will
Noggle.
never guess. Noggle Wizard. Yeah.
Noggle Wizard. There we go.
2 hybrid mana, red and blue. When it comes into play, if you control 2 or more islands, you may tap 2 target permanents. When it comes into play, if you control 2 or more mountains, you may have it deal 2 damage to target player. Then there's just some other ones here or there that kind of. Well, that's the first one at the top of my mind that I was thinking about, but I think there might be a few others as well. It basically, when it comes in, it's checking conditions based on either color or permanent types.
Interesting. Okay, so it is interesting. These, they really are incarnations of just like 70 different cycles. They're just like so every time there's a new one, it's just more brought into it. We just had that's crazy. I like them though. I think they're cool. It's a lot. I feel like it's the right amount of complexity. Like, yes, it's a lot of text, but they're simple to understand.
Yeah.
Bro, like how many times have we read cards and sets where it's like we've had to read it 30 times before we understood what it was trying to say?
Right. Right. All right. So one of the next things that it seems like there's a cycle of, apparently there's some flip legends that I guess they may have a Morning Tide side and a Shadowmoor side. So yeah, we'll get into some of these flips and see what they bring. Apparently, I guess they also they bring another cycle. Apparently, we'll talk about those in a little bit. But apparently, they also bring like a cycle of command spells. These are assortment of either instants or sorceries, or it looks like. and they have some type of a kindred ability on all of these. So each of these guys come with their own kindred command spell. But Derek, is there any particular one that you want to get into first as far as these flip ones? I feel like these appeal to you a little bit more.
I love these so much. Yeah, I will say everything I said about the last cycle with the incarnations being easy to understand right away. Some of these are a little bit more complex. I think my favorite one to start with to kind of show the idea, the most simple one, is going to be Erdu, Carrier of Dawn, just because it's a pretty straightforward one.
Yeah.
I'm seeing some hard head shakes. What's going on?
Oh no, you are wrong. This is the first time I'm ever pitching for a Rakdos legendary. But keep going.
Okay, I still think it's the simplest one just because it has like 2 lines of text. So I'm gonna roll with this first.
Okay.
Erdu, Carrier of Dawn, 3 white comes in. It's a flying lifelink 5/5, and it has creature spells you control have convoke, or you cast have convoke. Seems pretty straightforward. You get to convoke things out. Beginning of your first main phase, you can pay a black, and if you do, you transform it. Then it transforms into Isilu, Carrier of Twilight. Yeah, Isilu, Carrier of Twilight. It's got flying lifelink, still a 5/5, and now it says each other non-token creature you control has persist, and it's got the same text there at the beginning of your first main phase. Now you can pay white and flip it back. They all kind of have this kind of like back and forth of they either get an ETB or something on one side that comes in, and then at the beginning of your first main phase you can pay some cost, flip it, and then when it flips you get some other effect, and you can kind of flip back and forth. A lot of these you kind of probably want to build more on one side, but there are definitely ways to take advantage of both. One thing to point out, because we just had some flip cards in Spider-Man, you can't choose what side you cast with these. These all have a front side they have to come in on and then transform. So if we're talking about Erdu and Isilu, Erdu has to come in, you have to wait for your main phase, and then it has to flip. I kind of want to touch on each of these. So white has 2. It has Isilu and Erdu, like I was mentioning. The next one is Brigid, Klaken's Heart, and that transforms into Bridget Down's Mind. This is you get creature tokens, you make a bunch of mana for creatures. It seems pretty straightforward. You're going to play Selesnya creatures.
Gaia's Cradle with extra step.
Yeah, straightforward, but you see the play pattern. It comes in, you get tokens, you transform it, now taps for mana. If you ever want to transform it back because you run out of creatures, you get more creatures. Tristan is going to be the green one that turns into green-black. This is elf stuff. It's doing elf things. You're getting elves back. You're doing elfy things.
And his name is Tristan.
His name is Tristan. So I trust him less because of that. Sorry, any Tristans out there, but an elf named Tristan just feels strange.
Sounds like he spilled the White Claw on his daddy's boat.
It's the same way. Like if I met an elf named Derek, I'd be like, I don't trust you. Why are you an elf named Derek? That just seems like you have better options in some sort of like. I don't know. Maybe
they're being a Miami fan. I know.
It's an awful place. So then we got Ashling, which is red and blue. You transform back and forth. This one seems very fun in that it's a looting effect, and then you transform it and you get mana and you get rewarded for basically having to cast 4 mana or greater spells. My 2 favorites, though, why I'm rushing through this, are Sig and Grub.
Well, Sig is a merfolk, so it don't count.
It doesn't care about merfolk. That's what I actually love about this Sig. Sig River Guide as a commander I've loved. Sig River Guide is very much cares about merfolk. This new Sig, when it comes in, it's a creature that can't be blocked and basically says when it enters or transforms into this, pick a creature. If it deals combat damage, you draw a card. And then when it flips over, now you have a new text where target creature you control gains protection from each color until your next turn. And then it kind of goes back and forth where, okay, now it's something you can draw a card, you give it protection for a full turn cycle. Stuff can get weird. And then I think probably my favorite card from this set that I love is Grub Notorious Auntie. Grub is awesome. I think, spoiler alert, for Battle on a Budget, this is probably the one I'm building. When Grub comes in, it's pretty straightforward. It's got Wart Boggart Auntie vibes, which I love. When it ETBs or transforms, you get a goblin card back from your graveyard to your hand, which is very similar to Wart Boggart Auntie from OG, where you're getting goblins back on upkeep. Beginning of first man phase, you pay a red, you flip it. Now with this new Grub, whenever it attacks, you can blight 1. And then if you do, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of the blighted creature, except it has, at the beginning of the next end step, you sacrifice this token. So you can make copies of your creatures with this. And one cool thing to note with Transform, you're not re-getting Summoning Sickness again. You're just transforming. It's not exiling and coming back. So the play pattern is cool. You can play Grub, get a Goblin back, flip it the next turn, immediately attack. It is a 2/1, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. But that's awesome. These have so much going on, and I feel like it's a lot of words coming out. But honestly, I think they all allow for, none of them seem outwardly obnoxiously busted outside of Tristan, just because elves are just annoying. Like, let's just be real. Elves are annoying. But
Bullshit.
they all. You don't think elves are annoying?
No, Grub is broken.
Well, so I think Grub self-checks in the sense that it has to attack, and it's a 2/1. So if you don't have a lot of setup for it, that's what I love. You have to work for it. Like, you need some sort of protection, some equipment, something to get it in. Because 99% of the time, you're not getting this. You won't get Grub out the front side till what, turn 3?
Turn 2. Maybe
How do you get a... How do you get... so Dark Ritual is the way for turn 1. But, like, let's forget a Dark... But then you don't have anything else out to Blight. Like, you need setup. So you got to, like,
sneak attack.
Have this... Okay, again, it's possible to do things. But at that point, you already snuck a tug out a creature. Like, that's the broken part.
And then on top of that, all you have to do... What's the opposite of persist? Undying. All you need is undying.
But you're creating tokens, so the tokens never come back.
Oh, I don't care about that. What I do care about is death triggers and a bunch of stuff like that.
No, for sure. I think it's cool. I just don't think it's like... I don't think it's busted, which I appreciate. Like, I like these. Speaking of busted, we're gonna talk about some in a second that I do not appreciate. I have talked enough though. How do y'all feel about these?
These are less obnoxious Transformers, which is fine. Yeah, some are a little bit more aggressive and not aggressive. I would say a little bit more focused. In a sense, from one side to the other. But I do like that you can probably focus on one side or the other. But I feel like some are built better where you can focus on both sides, which gives me a little bit of Strixhaven's vibes from those deans or professors or whatever who were, I think they were deans. They shared fronts and backs or whatever. But yeah, I'm a little honestly tired of flip cards because it's just more text to read. But at the same time, it's like having two commanders in one, so I can't be mad at that. You know, got to give a little, got to take a little. So overall, I think that these are fine. We didn't really get too much into the commands, but yeah, the Ashling, Bridget, Grub, Sig, and Tristan, they all have commands that you all can check out that do, you can choose up to 2 things from these cards. And so, you know, it's definitely, the vibes are here that I'm liking, I'm appreciating, and essentially it's a lot to get through. But I think I have my favorites that I'm gonna stick to. But I'm curious to hear later about what particular things about the set stands out to you. Ken, how do you feel?
They added a main phase trigger to this. Now we got another trigger to worry about. Really?
It does feel like they're starting to favor a beginning of main phase as opposed to upkeep.
Yeah.
I think this would normally be at the beginning of your upkeep. You can pay 1.
Untap, upkeep, draw, first main phase trigger. Are you serious?
Hey, they didn't think our brains hurt enough already. They got to give more beginning of combat triggers. Or there's already beginning of combat trigger. A cleanup step. Get more cleanup step triggers, more end of combat triggers. They got plenty of places to hurt our brains. Don't tempt them. All right.
This seems a bit unnecessary.
I do agree to, in a sense of like, I like the cycle. I like the cards, but I do agree with the flip cards. It's so much text. Like, even as somebody who enjoys them, it's definitely like, okay, I gotta read. Like, playing them is not the problem. It's playing against them. When someone sits down at a table with me with a flip card, I already know I'm not gonna. The first 2-3 games I'll play with that person, I don't know what the deck does. I don't. I'm not gonna know. I'll figure it out at some point.
5 years from now, I guarantee you that you're going to have to turn the card on its side to read the remainder text on the side of... And I don't mean like side. I mean like the thin edges is going to have text. The thin edges is going to have text on it. I promise you that's coming next.
They ran out of
space. I'm
space.
saying you're going to have to like unscroll it. You're going to have to unscroll it. Like, it's going to look like a card.
Hear
and then you
ye,
just like...
hear ye, unpronounced this day of the 3rd of June on this card, you have triple attack force 1.
No, imagination, man. You got to make it functional. Think of it like a wallet, like those old picture wallets. that unfold like an accordion. Like that's what commanders are going to be. It has like 5 or 6 different versions just already just ready to go.
Said, I got you. It's going from now on. Magic cards are gonna have QR codes that you're gonna have to scan with your VR glasses and scroll through your glasses to read the text while everybody sits there.
Calm down.
What if they
Calm
do
down,
like
Seto Kaiba.
those like greeting cards they have where you open them and they start talking to you? What if the magic card just opens and it's just a voice yelling out all the abilities because they couldn't fit it on the card?
If my magic
So it's
card
all
starts
just
talking to me, I give up. I quit the game. I quit.
No, I'm waiting for that day so that way I can go back to my car to eat that car taco.
You talk about some food poisoning type foods. Let's get into the last part of this video real quick.
Wait, let me tell you this, okay? Yeah, I admit I ate some things that have set out longer than it should have, and I have created an iron stomach because of that. Iron sharpens iron, okay? That's why I can eat stuff that hits the floor, brush it off, and eat it. I used to grow up drinking hose water, okay? I know what I'm talking about.
Moving on, you said talking about, and we're going to talk about more things. Transition.
And I didn't say hose, I said hoe. But keep going.
Oh, it was close enough. Game time. I have a game. I have talked entirely too much this episode because I've been so excited. So I don't want to talk, and I'm going to make y'all make decisions. So we have a game called Glow Up or Throw Up. Woo! And we're going to talk about some Lorwyn characters from old Lorwyn and new Lorwyn. And I need y'all two to pick whether they had a glow up or a throw up and justify. So we're going to start with the first one. My boy Sig. I love Sig. OG Sig was Sig River Guide. It was 2 mana for a 2/2 Merfolk with Island Walk, and you can give your Merfolk protection. New Sig we just talked about. It has the flippy thing. One side, deal damage, draw cards. Other side, protection from all colors. You can flip back and forth. Glow up or throw up?
It's a throw
Ken,
up.
you go first.
It's a throw up. This seems like literally a downgrade. It's like it gave you Island Walk and protection. Now you're gonna go back to from all colors now, and colorless is not a color. So what are we doing here? That's literally a Digivolve. You went from a Tyrannosaurus Rex to a chicken. Cluck cluck, motherfucker. Cluck cluck.
All right. I'm unfortunately going to have to agree with Mr. Hadoken. This is a downgrade for me because I do like the aspect that it did keep you can gain protection from each color now instead of just a color of your choice. However, I think that the fact that it was an activated ability definitely was more efficient. I believe it's not just one target. You can have multiple targets, and you can choose a color for any of the other targets. Granted, it was just for merfolk, but Blue says everything's a merfolk. So I like old Sig.
Yeah, it's like going from playing like Commander Magic to playing, old
Parcheesi
Maid to CEDH.
I forgot Old Maid was the thing. Unfortunately, I gotta agree with y'all. It feels like they just used 70 lines of text to say the same thing. I love them both, but yeah.
It's like, how do you make protection more complicated?
Yeah, all the extra
The
stuff.
card that you see in your field of vision, currently if it's attacking you or blocking, you get protection from it through a unilateral tangent on the y-axis. Fuck you.
Next card. We're gonna talk about Doran, the lover of booties everywhere. OG Doran was one of the most just simply designed cards. It's white, black, green for a 0/5. Each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Simple and clean. Doran Besieged by Time is the new one. 1 white, black, and a green, so 1 more mana for also a 0/5. Each creature spell you cast with toughness greater than its power costs 1 less to cast. Whenever a creature you control attacks or blocks, it gets +X until end of turn, where X is the difference between power and toughness. So all your big asses get pumped. They all get BBLs when they attack or block. It's like an ass. What's it? It's like a exponential ass growth. Exponential growth. Yes, that's what it is. Doran has invented exponential growth.
No.
I don't want to.
It's asymptotic.
There we go. Okay, plead your case. Ken, you go first.
I actually think this is busted. This goes bacon, ham, and boar meat. Like this is disgusting. Like if this hits the table, the left hand gonna have to grip it, the right hand gonna have to flip it, and I'm gonna have to run for safety because this motherfucker get out of pocket like loose change and lint. I don't even want to see this one. I'm sorry.
Yo, they took Doran as basic, and like you said, and it was already scary enough where I had to do math where it was like, wait, what do you mean my toughness is now my power? This is Yu-Gi-Oh logic. But anyway, they just took that, threw it out the window and said, hey, I hear you like Mack trucks. Beep beep.
Beep, motherfucker. Who got the keys to the Jeep?
Yeah, this says that things that should not be attacking, because of course there's plenty of ways to give things that have like defender. Of course, those things have the biggest booties, and ratio of booty to power, to going out there, and so giving those things the ability to attack and then just doubling it up, out of nowhere or something like that. Like this is crazy. I am reading this right.
The
Like,
walls of bossing say just became a playable card.
Well, what's the
So
toughness on the wall? Isn't it like 30?
0. It's something stupid.
I will say it doesn't give any ability to attack. So if things have defender, they can't attack. I don't remember about the walls of bossing say, but like in general.
But it's giving it +X though. So it's just super buffing the booty.
Oh, it's giving it's +30. That's what I'm saying. It's exponential growth.
I just throw it at you. I throw it at you. I fling it at your goddamn face. That's what I'm gonna do,
you do,
Derek. Okay, I'm gonna put some bread in it. And I'm gonna throw it at your goddamn face. This is a fling deck. That's all it is.
To quote the poet Travis Porter, I'm gonna throw some 20s. I ain't got no motherfucking change.
Derek, what was the card? What was the spell that I played? And then I think you took it from me and played it this weekend. Black 2
oppression.
No. Two in a black sorcery. I gain life equal to my power. You lose life equal to my
Essence Harvest.
Like after that, like what do? Like you attack, buff up the power of that creature based on the difference between the power. I don't feel like even doing that math right now. And take a stupid number creature and then Essence Harvest.
What's that green host spell that I play where you get draw cards equal to a creature's power?
Rishkar's Expertise?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one. There's a lot of them to do it, but that's
like there's a lot of green spells that let you draw based on power.
No, a Garuk something.
That's not in Garrick's Wake. Return of the Wild Speaker.
There we go.
Yeah.
It has Garuk on it. Close enough.
Yes.
Target non-human creature or something like that.
Yeah. And wall.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's plenty of ways to abuse the giant booty, giant power after attacks. Yeah, they just went crazy with this Doran. I don't know what they were thinking. Apparently, they Siege Tower. They was like, that name's already taken. let's do something. Do something stupid.
He went from he's giving out BBLs. That is going to be
he need to be locked up.
It's going to be cheeks flying everywhere.
need to be investigated.
I'm going to personally build this deck, and I'm going to name it From the Windows to the Walls.
Oh, there we go. The poets of our lifetime. Now let's move on to the next one because we are getting there on time. We got the Stout Arms. So I skipped it, but yeah, we all said glow up. Dorn glowed up. Yes, got a BBL glowed up. No question.
No question. Now we got the Stout Arms out for the arrest. That's what we're looking at right now.
We kill you and your Uber driver next.
All right, so we got the Stout Arms glow up or throw up. We got Brian Stout Arm, 2 red and a white for a 4/4 with lifelink. It says pay a red, tap it, sacrifice another creature. Brian Stout Arm deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to target player. It's got lifelink, so you're gaining that life right back. You're throwing a creature at someone's face and taking the life. Bree of Clan Stout Arm is the new one. Bree is also 2 red and a white for a 4/4 as well. She's got 1 and a white tap. Another target creature you control gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. And then At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, exile cards from the top of your library until you exile a non-land card. You can cast the card without paying its mana cost if you gain more life than its mana value. Otherwise, put it in your hand. It's a lot more words. Bree is way more well-read than Brian. Brian's much more just a throw, smash.
I passed out halfway through that statement. I do have a question. You did say you can sacrifice the creature and it does damage to the person, right?
That's Brian, yeah.
Yeah. Walls. The wall thing we were just talking about. Yes. This is what I was waiting for. And that was the old one?
That's OG. Brian Stoudem's OG Lorwyn.
Yeah, the new one sucks ass.
The new one is doing something totally different.
It's like with a straw.
I almost don't even want to compare these two cards.
It eats booty meat. That's what
No. So Bree is not even a bad card. It's just a lot of text. It just says that it's what's a creature that says that you can basically put a creature into play for free. It's basically one of those cards.
50 of them. It's the Elvish Piper.
Yeah, you flip it. It's interesting. I look just off a classic. I gotta say, throw up just because Brian Stoutarm is, I feel like an OG of Commander, and there's something so satisfying about just your Commander just being fling. Like there's nothing else going on there. It's just I'm gonna play a big ass thing and I'm throwing it at your face, and you know that from the turn one of the game.
Literally dick on the table. You know what this is. All right. We are like every time a creature hits the battlefield, fling. And then with that new dude, plus X, where's the difference? Fling. As a matter of fact,
he's literally throwing cheeks. He is grabbing them. He's throwing the cheeks.
The deck box is literally going to be a catapult. That's all it's going to be. I want you guys to know what's happening as I walk through there.
So we got 2 throw ups, and then said, y'all, it's not a glow up or a throw up. That is one of his ancestors.
I don't even want to compare the two. I gotta be honest. Yeah, they're so different that I don't even want to compare.
No, them. Okay. Fair. Gun to your head. If you had to build a deck around one, which one would you do?
I would probably do Bree.
Bam. There we go. Glow up. Bam. She's also much more peaceful based on her ability. She like tosses things lightly as they fly, whereas Brian was throwing them to a painful death.
Wait.
Last one.
It gives any creature flying in lifelink?
You control.
All right. Wall. 30-30 flying.
Sorry,
lifelink.
you control. Can't stop thinking about these asses. Now let's get... It's a new day. Now the last one we're going to talk about is Ashling. OG, there's a lot of Ashlings. I think the very first Ashling from Lorwyn was Ashling the Pilgrim, I want to say. And this is one where you can put a +1 counter on Ashling the Pilgrim. This is the 3rd time this ability is resolved this turn. Remove all +1 counters and deal that much damage to each creature and each player. We even got another Ashling as part of Shadowmoor, which Ashling the Extinguisher. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, choose target creature that players control, and they sacrifice that creature. We got a whole bunch of Ashlings. Now we got 2 Ashlings in this new set. We already talked about Ashling the Rekindled. Ashling the Rekindled is that flip one where when it comes in, you loot, you discard, draw, and then maybe that's Rummage. I don't remember which is which. And then it flips into Ashling Rhymebound, where when it transforms, you go ahead and get 2 mana of any one color, and you can only use it on spells 4 mana or greater. But there's another Ashling here, y'all, that we didn't talk about in the main video because I didn't feel like it, and I knew I was gonna get worked up. So that's the last card we're talking about today. We have Ashling the Limitless. There are 2 precons in this set which we really didn't touch on much, just because we can talk about those at a later time. Maybe that they're cool. They're kind of off to the side. Ashling the Limitless, 2 in a red for a 2/3. It says all elemental spells you cast from your hand have evoke 4 colorless. Seems kind of fucked up. I don't really like what's going on there. It feels like you can cheat things, but there's more. Whenever you sacrifice a non-token elemental, create a token that's a copy of it. That token gains haste until the end of turn. At the beginning of your end step, sacrifice it unless you pay Wooburg. And it's the beginning of your next end step. So if you have like sack outlets and things, you can start getting weird triggers for tokens that last. This seems...
Yeah, so let me go ahead and break this down. So
y'all take it.
In case y'all didn't realize, Ashling is like a OG star from back in the day, the Pilgrim. Like I've experienced the Pilgrim. I've been wrecked by the Pilgrim. they couldn't contain Ashling because it just got 50 more versions. It had a bunch of cards that referenced it. Ashling is everywhere. It's been reprinted to hell and back and showing up in different sets. It's like an unofficial popular card that probably should have just been a face of this this game. But anyway, what I want to say is that OG Ashling was definitely bringing the heat. Then they were like, hey, we need to tone that down, and we're gonna give you the rekindled because apparently her flame went out. Their flame went out, and Ashling just like, nah, fuck that. I cannot be contained. The limitless. It was like the Phoenix was reborn. It was like, I don't know what y'all was thinking. Give me another card right now. So it's another card that I'm putting on a warrant list. You got warrants, 5 stars, police, Vice City.
Okay, I just want to point out that we heard tales of this Ashland card back in 1492. It was one of it, actually later on we kind of found out that it hijacked the Nina, the Pinta, and then drove it right into the Santa Maria. That's right. This card was a problem back then. As a matter of fact, if you go back in biblical times, and I'm talking BC, it was the 11th commandment on the back of the tablet, and it was like, yo, make sure this stays locked up. But we didn't listen, and we took some Febreze and some Axe body spray, and we kind of carved that off the end. So now we only down to 10 commandments. This card is a whole problem. As a matter of fact, it's such a problem that we decided by the shadow government that nobody can play this in our play group because it is that busted, and we may actually literally have to fight you. Like, literally have to fight.
It's almost. I got to be honest. I'm literally looking at Ashling the Limitless because that's what you're talking about. Is so what we're talking about is so broken. It looks like they took Dormammu and said, let's put Dormammu in Lorwyn and see if nobody notices.
I was actually planning on building this deck, and then a higher power called to me, and I was like, higher power, stay out of my way. And then
I compelled thee. So Ashley is a problem. And Derek, I do just want to remind you, we do actually have one more creature we haven't talked about yet. Bridget.
Oh, we do. I was just so worked up. I forgot. You know what? Look, we talk about glow up or throw up. This is such a bright. It's like a disrespectful glow up. It's like if you went to a high school reunion and all your friend group gets together and one of them is like a supermodel and like one like whatever of the world, and it's just like, nah,
come
you.
here, stunt.
I don't like that.
Come here, stunting on everybody.
Y'all did way too much.
I got the best representation. Y'all remember James Marsden in the old X-Men?
Yeah.
And now James Marsden in the Doomsday trailer. That's how much of a glow up it is.
I told you this was giving me Phoenix vibes. It was just like, this was so disrespectful what you did to me, and I won't let that disrespect slide. How you get 2 cards in one set? How?
I'm gonna say that this is approaching Yu-Gi-Oh territory. That's all.
Both the abilities are so egregious. Is what kills me is just giving all elementals evoke 4, nothing else is just busted. There's so many good elementals right there. It's kill on sight. Like literally, if you just have a line of text, I'm not letting you untap.
Yeah,
but when it then says
people may not have been there for the Horde of Notion days. This was like the elemental version of 5-color dragons back in the day.
I'm just saying.
And Horde of Notions, doesn't that just give you one back from graveyard for Wooburg?
Basically, yeah.
I'm just saying, not only that, but you give all creatures persist, and you can evoke everything in the sun that you want. I don't care.
Well, and that's the thing is you give things persist, or the thing is you don't even have to sacrifice it to evoke. So if you just have elementals out on a board state, play this after, sack your board to like a Goblin Bombardment or Greater Good or some shit, bam, it's insane. And then token doublers, you're getting token versions once you sacrifice and get a token copy. It's
so CEDH.
That's the thing is I don't even know if it's good enough for CEDH because they don't really use creatures in that. Like they're more combo line based.
Yeah, they also They also don't use their souls either.
It's gonna be the bane of every look. Yeah, you play this against us, it will be removed before you untap, whether it's by spell or by flicking it off the table. It's gonna be gone.
You will be removed before you enter the building.
Pat downs just to make sure nobody's got that Ashling on them. All right. We got the very last one now. That's a glow up too bright. You're glowing like a sun about to
Shining bright like
when
a
they.
diamond.
There we go. Yeah, like a.
As a matter of fact, before you even enter the LGS, I'm gonna TSA you. Like, remove your shoes and any liquids over 12 ounces.
That's the third category. Glow up, yeah, or what do you call it? Glow up, throw up, or fucked up. This one's just fucked up. It's its own category. We're not.
To quote the great Parks and Rec, is this a banger?
Is this last one we got? And I'm sorry I forgot about you, Marilyn. Nope. Marilyn of the Morn song. No,
we haven't done even. I guess we have two more.
Who's the other one?
Bridget.
There's a Bridget from before?
Yeah.
Oh, well, sorry, Bridget. I did not know that. Well, we got two more. Marilyn of the Morn song. Players can't draw cards. That's a great line of text there.
So Leo.
Beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life and searches his or her library for a card, puts it in their hand, then shuffles. This is literally just 5 ways to lock everybody out of the game. Look how clever I am. We get to sit here and stare at each other. I'm smart. I promise I'm not an asshole. Fuck you. Marilyn the Fey Ascendant is the next one. This is 2 in Sultai for a 4/5 flyer. Whenever Marilyn or another elf or fairy you control enters, exile the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Once each turn, you may cast a spell with mana value less than or equal to the number of elves or fairies you control from among the exile cards without paying its mana cost. That's a glow up. We don't even waste time. Why are we even going to talk about glow up?
We don't even need to spend that much time on this one.
Yeah, I'm building this.
What in the world? Who thought that first card was a good idea? And why did they print an enchantment of the same thing?
Yeah, it was such a bad idea. They brought it back.
Okay, now finally last one. We're not even, Marilyn, you do not deserve the screen time for what you try to do to people's games. That is unfair, uncalled for, and it's a personal foul. Bridget. So sorry, Bridget, I forgot about you. Bridget, Hero of Kinsbale. 2 white for 2/3 first strike. You can tap Bridget to deal 2 damage to each attacking or blocking creature target player controls. That is why I forgot about you. The new Bridget is the flip Bridget we talked about, where at ETBs you get a Kithkin, and then when it flips, you get a Guy's Cradle with extra steps.
Mm-hmm. Why do we even bring
So
this
I want to hear Ken. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this
Like,
first.
no, with Ashling literally dragging his ass all over the format, why did we even bring this card up? Ooh, we got another Gaia's Cradle in the format. I don't care. Like, we didn't even have to mention this card.
Yeah, I didn't know old Bridget existed. I'm going to forget new Bridget existed. I'm going to say glow up because I thought I had looked at the Scryfall page for Lorwyn 100 times. I thought I knew every card in this set. I did not know this card existed. So clearly, it's got to be a glow up because it can't be any worse for me because I'm not aware.
Foolish mortals. Let me show y'all the error of y'all ways. I have held up games with this damn card. So Bridget, one more time, and we can get off of this because we've gone long enough. I feel like Ashling took up all of our time, but basically, OG Bridget says that deals 2 damage to each attacking or blocking creature target player controls. All you have to do is give her Death Touch. Nobody can attack.
Okay.
Yeah. So glow up even more. I don't like that.
Or you can force combat because I do stuff like that too, and then I blow up all your attackers.
I run 50 pieces of removal. I don't care about this. I don't care about this.
So
Ken doesn't follow the rules anyway.
I'm gonna give a. You guys, I think you said glow up. I'm gonna give a no.
Throw up.
Ken said throw up.
Yeah,
Well,
I fart
yeah.
in a general direction.
Well, yeah, Ken doesn't like Gaia's Cradles. Derek likes
yeah.
Gaia's Cradles. I like OG Bridget.
No, I don't like that Derek puts Gaia's Cradles in creatureless decks.
You gotta make it hard. You gotta earn it. Gotta want to earn. Gotta want to learn. All right, so that is gonna wrap up. We talked a lot. I talked a lot. This set seems awesome. Let us know what y'all think about Lorwyn in the comments below. Are y'all enjoying it?
Please,
didn't enjoy it? Do you like cycles?
Let us know your glow ups or throw ups based on our
Yes.
And let us know how many friendships Ashlyn done broke to hell.
Hey, as a thought before you go to sleep tonight, just think about Doran and think about all the asses he's inflating across the world. He is spreading cheeks is a bad way to put it, but he is spreading
Booty butt
cheeks to everyone.
Booty butt cheeks.